Oh, hello there. My name is Dana Scott Owens and I draw Smallbany. What's Smallbany, you ask? Well, Smallbany is the official comic strip of Albany. Basically what I do is I take all the ideas and funny things that we see day in and day out in this crazy little city, and I illustrate them and I post them online for your viewing pleasure. Because after all, both Albany and Smallbany are one and the same. Would you like to hear the story of how it all began? The story of Smallbany, as told by me. Once upon a time, there was a boy who loved to draw cartoons. He would draw the funny things he saw, and the people would laugh. One day, while delivering pizzas, he witnessed something so funny that he had to draw it. And bam! Smallbany was born.
No, I have a couple questions about the questions. What do you mean about like favorite Smallbany moment? Do you mean the strip, or do you mean just Albany?
Well, what it is basically a satirical reflection of our great 518. Basically, you know, everybody who lives in this area has had an experience or two, and it's usually, you know, positive or negative. But what I'd like to do with Smallbany, the comic strip, is to take those positive or negative stories or twists or observations or ideas and turn it into a visual.
It's small. It's Albany. It's got its quirks. I don't know, there's people here that you don't meet anywhere else that have grandiose claims, but you're in Albany.
It's a great area to be around if you like to not be bored.
The town's unique, you know, it is. I mean, the word Smallbany is just perfect.
No, I can say Smallbany all the time. Smallbany, 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 Smallbany.
It is small, so for a band like us, it's easy to get recognized, and so far the city itself has treated us as a band well.
The comic? That nobody has ever come up with something as great as it, and it's hilarious. Like, there's so many little things about Albany that, you know, everyday people that come to visit the city would never know. But
Can't say it 3 times fast though. Smallbany, Smallbany, Smallbany. I guess I can.
It's a place of mischief and mayhem, and then you grow up a little bit and there's fun stuff here too.
Feels a lot smaller than it is. Like it should feel bigger because there's so many people here.
Actually, but you guys take the Smallbany term and kind of embrace it, and you know, in a good way. You know, you're kind of poking fun at Albany, but at the same time, you said, you know, you really love the city, and you're glad you're here. You know.
I feel like if you want to make room for yourself, it's possible. Just because Albany is so small, you can, you know, meet so many different kinds of people and make connections here and there, and just get your voice out there.
It's like relatively Smallbany, the capital. It's a really good spot to start and then to come back to because people will embrace you.
I think the cartoons are funny. I think that Smallbany needs Smallbany. I'm Jay with the Excelsior Pub Room. Exclusively New York State beer, wine, and spirits. We've been open for just under a year now. Everybody loves the local thing, and actually Albany was the specific spot that I wanted to open this up first. I moved here probably about 15 years ago. What's funny is Albany in my town was the city. Like if you're going to the city, you're going to Albany. I don't know, it's like the stepchild to New York City or something like that. It's just small. It's Smallbany, you know, and everybody does know everybody. I think if there's one thing that Smallbany has that your cartoon and this place and everything has it's going for it is so small, and it's just a matter of people helping each other out. It's so easily to get the word of mouth spread through SMALLBANY, and you're 3 hours from everywhere. That's super cool.
That's especially great because you have, you know, Albany, and then, you know, Buffalo,
Boston.
You also got Saratoga.
All in Philadelphia.
Montreal, New York is all within a day's drive.
I met Matt his first day in Albany, like when he opened Bombers.
97.
Wow.
Which that number doesn't sound like it's that long ago. When
Yeah,
you do
we
the
opened
math.
Bombers together, the bar. We've done a lot
Yeah,
together.
she was. Yeah, I mean, we were friends before, but then
And
she
yeah,
managed
and he
the
used to help
bar
me with
for
all my
some-
fundraising.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't the internet when we first. I mean, there was, but not like it is now.
But you're alluding that I wasn't on it. He had to make me go on the internet and get a cell phone.
I think Albany is a really, really accepting city.
I've always loved it for so many different reasons. You've loved it always.
Yeah, I feel like there's been a lot of opportunities for me to move to another larger city, and I just feel like I'm happy here. I have great friends. I love the parts of Albany that keep me coming back.
I've always wanted to come here because there was an art scene, there's an underground scene, there's a lot of diversity. You know, the capital's here, so there's a lot of people coming in and out. And I've always liked the diversity of the crowd and the camaraderie of it all. There can be some annoying things, but there are annoying things, and we take ownership of it. Even when you're doing the comic strip, you say positive things about Albany, and you do it in such a light way that it's humorous.
I think just pointing out things that often aren't discussed is enough of a message.
You really get it. That's what Albany is right there. The cop and Batman.
I also like the horse manure and the dog going to the bathroom in the cartoon. That's fun. I like the Bombers and Wolf's Birthday margarita.
That's pretty good.
Cartoon, my favorite.
The one that sticks out in my mind is the one you did with the Star Wars ship going around like it was downtown. Yeah, the AT-AT.
It's like picking your favorite child, you know? It's like, how do you do that? Because they're all so awesome, you know?
Well, this one is my favorite. This is the one that I was first introduced to you with, and I mean, that's just awesome.
My absolute favorite one is the one where it's the bikers getting the sprinkled donuts at Dunkin' Donuts, because it's so true. For whatever reason, this Dunkin' Donuts attracts like really tough biker gangs.
I started reading the comics around the same time that I really started discovering Albany, like after I moved up here. So I was like seeing all these things for the first time, like that, like why are so many bikers hanging out at this Dunkin' Donuts? Or like, oh, the Corning Tower does look like the PS2, you know, or whatever. And then I'd see them in the comic strip at the same time, and it kind of, in a way, almost like helped me discover Albany. Which
I have to be honest about that one. I did not get it for a minute because I grew up in Albany, and bikers at Dunkin' Donuts didn't seem odd to me.
The Star Wars and the police. What is that?
The ATST police tower. Always clutch. Star Wars reference. Gotta represent.
The only thing that would be better is if it was towing a car.
I like this one the best.
Oh.
Yeah, dude. I like this one a lot.
It's true.
Ew, that's disgusting.
There was a comic where a guy's at the bus stop, like in a total big, huge North Face coat, nice and warm, and two girls are like freezing at the bus stop.
Running into 3 X's in one night?
Unlike you had that happen?
I've had that happen, yeah.
Oh, so in that instance, SMALLBANY was a bad thing.
Yeah, what was that? That was another one of the ideas that I shot
Yeah,
their
that's
way.
right. Yeah, that's right. You had another, and then we turned that into a cartoon too.
Yes.
Just so happens that the two that I liked, I did submit, yes. Somebody said, oh, you know what, this would be a really great idea. I saw this, but I think it'd be great for a cartoon. They send it to you, and you put your magic to it, and then bada bing, bada boom, there's the cartoon.
Well, I think that's great. You know, it's a comic strip for the people of Albany, by the people of Albany, you know.
The city itself has an identity, and a lot of other big cities have something to call their own, like a comic strip or an artist or a band, you know, which is what we're also trying to do for Albany. And I think the fact that you let the people of Albany submit ideas for the comic strips, they can see their idea becoming, it really just makes them feel like a part of the city.
It's the only comic I've ever seen in regards to Albany that's been run consistently, where there's a lot of strips out there, where people are constantly submitting, where you have a huge fan base.
It gives you a hometown comic strip. It's just nice to have.
yeah, I mean, not many things you can, see on the internet, that's like, oh, look at this, I had that idea, he took my idea, that's cool, that's, a lot of user input is always better.
Oh, hey there. Sorry, I dozed off. I was just taking a nap with my buddy here, Murphy. Murphy seems to just, pop up in everybody's interview, so we can't seem to get rid of him, but he's cute, and the ladies love him, so we'll keep him around. Isn't that right, Murphy? Well, anyway, enjoy the rest of the flick, and I'll see you at the end. Yeah, fondle the bear on camera.
Alright, cool. I got a bear in my hand.
I have a fear of stuffed animals.
Drunk ass dude.
Should I be like this? Or should I be like this? Or should I be like this?
Oh, butt is wet.
What do you think about the music scene here in Albany?
I think it's awesome. A lot of people don't like it, I think, and I think it's just because they don't go out and they don't know what's out there.
I have dreams of creating a creative empire with a lot of the creative people I met here at some point.
I'm Chuck, or I'm Peister. I'm a DJ and producer around here. So yeah, I'm pretty my roots are here, they're like Doug. I sit there and just, hammer out some notes, get some beats going, throw it all together into a song. That's how I became a DJ. Pretty much, if you know one person, you hang out with them enough, you'll meet their friend. And then after that, you'll meet their friend's friends. All you gotta do is know a few people, and next thing you know, you're set with 100,000 friends. This place you get to know people pretty easily, so. That's why they call it SMALLBANY, right? For electronic music, it's huge. You can fit people in the Armory, they fit thousands of kids into these shows now. It's so underground, and it's something that could be way bigger, especially in the local area.
We are the Latents.
I'm Sam Piazza.
John Longo.
John Olander. There's all sorts of things that go on in Albany that I think a lot of people are oblivious to.
It's strange. I mean, living on Lark Street during Lark Fest, that was kind of humbling. And I was like, oh, well, there's live a lot of crazy people here. Yeah. Everybody's got an Albany police story.
Yeah, right.
Rolled them up and smoked them.
SMALLBANY.
I feel like the music scene is ever changing. I know that might not make sense because everybody has their bands that they go to or their musicians that they follow.
That could be really good for the area. I think we're blessed that we get a lot of really quality out-of-town acts that come in and entertain us.
You can go from seeing your favorite local band one night and then the next go see, Fish, right there. Oh, all right, walk to that too. I mean, we've played in front of Ben & Jerry's. I mean, you don't see too many cities where you can actually play on the sidewalk.
Practicing a lot, writing music and playing shows. And
you probably should have gotten a Kickstarter URL to shout out during this documentary. It tastes like axle grease.
You tasted it.
Yeah, a couple times, whatever. We are the Latents and we love SMALLBANY.
Alright, so we are Stellar Young from Albany.
Dave's family brought him to SMALLBANY, and Kurt went to college here, and Kyle was his roommate. And then when we graduated, we wanted to be with Kurt and Kyle, so we moved here. We all came together for one purpose. Compared to the smaller towns that we're from, it's actually a big city, and there's a lot to do and a lot of culture.
And the scene itself in SMALLBANY is very loving and really good friend. We hang out besides shows with each other, other bands in the area.
It makes sense for a band if you want to branch out in the Northeast.
One guy even said that he opens his window when we practice because he wants to hear it better.
We've also had plenty of notes left on the door I play the harmonica, or I play the accordion, can I play it with your band? If they want to join,
but they don't
new members.
Info,
they get a name, it's
harmonica band.
You guys can't see, we're actually bound to the chairs at our feet.
And it really kind of gives a sense of community by making stereotypes of Albany, because Albany's kind of got a weird community until you read SMALLBANY and you start to understand it. It starts to paint a picture of it.
You don't need writers, man, you live in it. A lot of things that I see in SMALLBANY, I'll look at it first and be like, oh yeah, that does happen all the time.
Yeah, if you can't poke fun at yourself, what's the point? Yeah, it's embracing the hilarity of the like 2 to 3 degree separation and all the random problems that we have going on in our lives.
It's good for the arts community itself, everyone together, because you can do comics about bands and things like that, and then the bands can talk about the comic, and everyone that's around here just gets it, because it's like the hometown bands with the hometown comics, and it brings a cultural sense to the city that wouldn't be there otherwise.
And it could be one of those things that you like have to see when you come to Albany.
We are still young, and we love Albany.
My name is Duncan Clancy, and I love SMALLBANY, and I approve this message.
We're keeping it G-rated, right? I'm Peister, and I love SMALLBANY.
I'm Raz from Tree Shirts with Murph the Drunk, and I love SMALLBANY.
I'm Jay from the Excelsior Pub, and I support SMALLBANY. He might shoot lightning out of his fingertips at me.
I'm Tess Collins, and I love SMALLBANY.
I'm Matt Baumgartner, and I love SMALLBANY.
My name is Rana Fayez, also known as Rana Ransom, and I love SMALLBANY.
I'm Carl Blackman from Warmingham Recording Studio, and I love SMALLBANY.
I think the city of Albany should change its name to SMALLBANY. I'm Joe Bonilla, and I love SMALLBANY.
Well, that's the end of our story, and that's the end of our documentary. I hope you enjoyed yourself, and please feel free to visit anytime. And if you're walking down the street by chance and you think of something funny, submit it to the website at www.smallbanytunes.com. Thanks, and take it easy.
Don't know what to say, it turns out fine in a strange way. SMALLBANY. It's where I wanna be, live your life till way past 3 in SMALLBANY. If you're new to the name, don't fret, it stays the same. SMALLBANY. Walking down Lark Street, that city's got its own heartbeat. Yeah, SMALLBANY. If you let it go, it still haunts your soul. Oh, SMALLBANY. In the 518, the feeling's never fake. SMALLBANY.
Everybody know everyone, small town, bringing them close together. Hope it's better. Join here, we singing the new song. But wait, who is calling me? My man DanaToon making moves in SMALLBANY. We all should see perhaps from further love. Maybe venture unprovided, the world evolve. Making capital a capital, a good time is trackable. Flowers blossom all around, to look fast is magical.
Artists got